What's going on, people? I'm the Snails Geek and welcome to the Snails Geek Show. And yes, it has finally come. A new review, plus it's the beginning of August. That's right, in Swedish. So yeah, we have soon the end of summer. But don't worry, that doesn't mean the summer's over. There's plenty of days left where you can enjoy the sun. It doesn't matter what part of the world, there's always sun somewhere. I'm gonna talk about a game on the PlayStation 2. I don't have the box, screw myself. And it's gonna be the Simpsons Road Rage. So this game was released in 2002 for all the major consoles at the time. The PS2, Xbox and GameCube. And this game received mixed reviews at the time, mainly because this game wasn't really as great. Over 1 million copies on PS2 alone, so that should at least contribute to something in gaming history. Alright, let's begin this review. And so, the game opens out with one of the world-looking intros on the PS2. Seriously, what is this? This looks like FMV from the PlayStation in its earliest days. Why does this look so weird? The model, everything is just 3D models with no shadow, no detail, no nothing whatsoever. This seriously looks like FMV from 1995 at best. So anyway, aside from horrible graphics done for the opening cutscene, does this game have something? Yes, it does. A pretty simple story that actually works to this game's favor. So Mr. Burns has decided at some point in his life to build nuclear buses. That is, buses made of nuclear waste. And since it's very environmentally friendly, and because there's money to be made, Homer decides to start his own taxi driver's service. That's right. He drives around in his own family sedan to deliver people to Springfield. Now that is the story and that is the setup. And I gotta say, it got that Simpsons humor. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the story here. I'll actually praise Radical Entertainment for sticking true to the original material without changing at all on the humor. Well done, Radical, you rock. So if you played Crazy Taxi before, there's absolutely nothing different about this game that you haven't seen already. You're picking up people, you're driving to destinations, you're collecting money along the way. You always start off every level with 1 minute on the clock, and you have to drive as fast as possible to get to that destination. Basically, the shorter time it takes to get to that location, the more money you get. It's pretty easy as that. However, although this is a Crazy Taxi clone, there are a few things which is different about this game. For once, it's a Simpsons game, so it's gonna include characters from the show. And thankfully, most of the characters was introduced in the show at this point, so it's not like this game will be dated. Even though it was released in 2001, most of the characters that's in this game were on the TV show as well. So we got Principal Skinner, Hans Moleman, Chief Quimby, Apu, amongst others. However, it's kind of weird that not every character from the show is present. Now, this is maybe down to hardware limitations or not, but yeah, I don't know. It would be cool if they included all the characters from the TV show. I mean, it shouldn't be possible, it is PS2 after all. However, that shouldn't really stop you from wanting to enjoy this game. This game is wild as hell. You're boosting with the X button and slowing down with the circle button. And when you see a character, you basically have to stop within the ring to pick them up. And occasionally you will get interactions between these characters, but it's mostly when you're jumping off. But it's not that they're talking to each other. They're saying different phrases when you're picking them up, which has something to do with the character in question. But it's not like they're talking to each other. But hey, it stays true to the material to the show's humor. So I'm not gonna complain too much. However, there's one thing I will complain about, and that is the main mechanics. Now, don't get me wrong, the real mechanic works well. You just draw off people to different locations. Yes, sure, you destroy lots of things on the way, and that is right. Actually, a part of this game is is a bonus mission when you're driving, and that being either road rash, either destroy stuff for bonus or avoid stuff for bonus. However, this does not work really well, because even though you are technically driving like crazy, it's pretty tough to crash into a certain amount of things you're gonna crash into to get an extra bonus. However, if you're able to destroy enough to get road rage, you get bonus money. And then there's the worst thing about this entire game, and that being, of course, drive calmly. That's right, you have to, at some time, something like every third driving or so, you have to, slowly but surely, not crash into anything, drive to the location. Why do they have that? It's called Simpsons Road for Christ's sake, not Simpsons Drive Calm. It would be so much better if they skipped this, or at least had a bigger limit in how many things you could crash. I mean, seriously, you can only crash into things 3 times before it's too late. That is not fair. I had tried during capture of this footage to do it as fast as I could, but it just wouldn't work. So I just had to just screw to avoid things to get a road rage bonus. Yeah, that's kind of weird actually. The thing about this game as well as other arcade racers is that you have a limited time to pick passengers up, and most of the time when you're driving around, I have been able to reach at maximum a bit like $8.7 thousand on this level alone. However, do you know how much the first place is? 10,000, and it doesn't matter how hard I try, I just can't get myself to over 10,000, and it's got to do with the fact that you're not actually, and it's got to do with the fact that, yeah, I just don't know why. It's kind of weird that you can never reach 10,000 or more. I mean, that is usually pretty easy to achieve in games like Crazy Taxi or, well, basically Sega arcade games. It just doesn't really fit right here, and that can be kind of annoying. So anyway, after you have completed, after you're done with a level, you're then greeted to money collective screen, and when you hit a milestone, you get a new item, either a new character or a vehicle. Now you will unlock everything as time goes by, so it's not like you're missing something by unlock either one or the other. And once you reach $1 million, that is going to be like, well, something happens. I won't say what it is, to keep it a secret. So that was it for the Simpsons City Run. Is it a good game? Yes. Is it flawless? No. Should you buy it? If you like Crazy Taxi and The Simpsons, you will most likely like this game. However, it's not flawless by any means. It's perfectly fine if you like arcade racers. So that was it for this video. I will see you guys in the next review, whatever it's gonna be. Bye bye!